Hey guys, my name is Nora Franch, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at CatholicMindsetCoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, Daily Reflections, page 138, Walking Through Fear, the reading for May 9th. If we cling to something we will not let go, we ask God to help us be willing. If we still cling to something we will not let go, we ask God to help us to be willing. Willingness, yet again. That's from the Big Book, AA, Big Book, page 76. When I had taken my 5th step, I became aware that all my defects of character stemmed from my need to feel secure and loved. To use my will alone to work on them would have been trying obsessively to solve the problem. In the 6th step, I intensified the action I had taken in the first 3 steps, meditating on the step by saying it over and over, going to meetings, following my sponsor's suggestions, reading and searching within myself. During the first 3 years of sobriety, I had a fear of entering an elevator alone. One day, I decided I must walk through this fear. I asked for God's help, entered the elevator, and there in the corner was a lady crying. She said that since her husband had died, she was deathly afraid of elevators. I forgot my fear and comforted her. This spiritual experience helped me to see how willingness was the key to working the rest of the 12 steps to recovery. God helps those who help themselves. Okay, I want to talk about my defects of character stemming from my need to feel secure and loved. And I don't know, but I don't think I've brought this up yet. Maybe I have. But the 5, I think I just brought it up yesterday. Anyways, these identity needs or integrity needs and attachment needs that we have as human beings. And the integrity needs are our foundation of our identity. And there are 5 of them. And it's the need to exist and thrive, the need to know that you matter, the need to have agency, the need to know you're good in your essence, and the need to have mission and purpose in your life. And those are like the 5 pillars of a human being who can stand on their 2 feet no matter what life throws at them. So I really believe that we all have a crack or 2 in any one or all 5 of those areas. And then that ends up coming out in an infinite number of ways in the human race. And that's why we all are so different. But I feel like if you could wind back the dial, if you could go back to the root of all our pain is an identity fracture in any one of those 5 pillars. So to exist and thrive, to know you matter, to have agency, to know you're good in your essence, and to have mission and purpose. And I can break those way down for everybody and really get into some stuff on like a webinar or a workshop. If anyone's interested, let me know, because I'm a little bit obsessed with that as well and trying to work through a lot of things about that and how that plays out in human behavior. However, we're talking about walking through fear. And the person who wrote this share said that to use my will alone to work on these defects of character that stem from my need to feel secure and loved, ends up just perpetuating the problem, basically, because we can't fix what is broken with something that is broken. We have to go outside of ourselves and ultimately to that higher power source. But in the sixth step, I intensified the action I had taken in the first 3 steps. So, in a way, like, that's your answer. It's not easy at all, and it's the work of a lifetime, but there is something we can do. There is a path we can start on. It's not like we hit this point and we're like, "Ah, defects of character. Look at how messed up I am. Look at all this stuff. Oh, I'm atrocious. I should just go dig a hole and jump in it." It's like, "No, this stuff was there all the whole time. You just didn't know it was there. You didn't see it." So, now that you're seeing it for the first time, like, give yourself a minute to absorb the shock of that. But then you get to keep moving, action, action, and more action. And layer by layer, day by day, piece by piece, your higher power will start to work through all these layers and heal as you go. And I just know that you will begin to become something even more magnificent than you are right now. With that, I pass.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. But more than that, it's important to me to give listeners like yourself a place where you do not need to feel alone on your 12-step journey. And for that reason, I've created a Facebook group. It's called Grateful Blessed Mess. And it's a place where listeners can go to add their own commentary on the share for the day, in addition to my own, and for us just to have a conversation or start a back and forth where people can find support in their 12-step journey. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.